Yeah, obviously, hey, lot better feeling tonight. But the one thing, we talked about it last night. We did video this morning, and then again, hey, before the game, just the level of intensity, and I talked about it last night with you guys, just in terms of having a battle and skate and move and make plays, and completely different team. The challenge now is, again, we keep proving this to ourselves. Let's not be a team that has to be driven by adversity. Let's be a team that can build on some success. And we got a tough matchup next week with Wisconsin on the road, and we're going to have to be ready to skate and ready to battle and compete for pucks all over the ice. So everything we didn't do last night, we did tonight, and it's not a big secret, and it's a maturation process, and teams trying to figure out what they want to be. But that was a Spartan effort right there, and the guys did a great job bouncing back. But let's quit. One thing you say, hey, he got up off the mat. Yeah, it's great, but how about we quit getting knocked on the mat and start out the right way. So anyhow, we keep learning, we keep moving on.
Nate, go ahead.
Hey, Dan, just that kind of consistent offensive pressure from that line of Joshua Mueller and Lewandowski. They didn't get a goal, but it felt like they maybe deserved one or two. What can you just say about their offensive play tonight?
Yeah, no, they were, and they were and actually last night they were pretty dangerous. Louis had 4 grade A's last night, and I think as a team I think we had about 7 or 8, and he was around it. Jagger was he was a force. I mean, he was on a mission, I thought. But again, I thought he was good last night tonight, and Mule was real good too. And they had a good matchup. They played against their highest scoring line all night, and obviously did a good job of that. So real impressed with them. And but they played with that pace, and not worrying about being perfect, but chasing perfection. And you know what, you might catch excellence every once in a while. So, but no, they were outstanding.
And specifically Jagger. Teams just don't seem to like playing against him. They seem to just throw everything they have at him physically. But to start the game, he lays 2 big hits. Gets the bench kind of energized. Just his physicality. How much does that just kind of help drive some things energy-wise?
Well, it's huge. And you're right. He set the tone right away. And he's a physical kid, and he's not a dirty player. He finishes his checks. He's very powerful, and it's something that there's not a lot of in hockey anymore. It's just the way the game's played. So, no, hey, he as I say, announces his presence with authority, and I thought does a real nice job with it. And I don't know why they don't like him. I love the kid. So he's great. Have a lot of good talks with him, and but no, he's a good team guy. He's starting to learn a little bit on the leadership side. I think he did some things naturally, but he was talking a little bit more on the bench last night and trying to get guys going and set the tone tonight. But those are big steps, and it's a fun process to go through with young men in college. And he's going to keep getting better. I think he's just scratching what he's going to be able to do before he leaves here.
Neil.
Yeah, you guys had a lot more rushes, zone entries, and just handling the puck better. What do you think the reason was, other than just you guys skated faster, showed a lot of energy, and just seemed to be more aggressive?
Well, good question, Neil. I wish I had an answer. It was funny because that was one of the things we talked about, and then we had a lot of video where it was like, guys wide open, and we just flipped the puck out. And I guess politely to put it, I was fairly demonstrative this morning about showing the guys that and telling them that, hey, there's a play, make the play. And it's not always going to work, but, for the love of God, I said, what we do in practice and what I see out on the ice sometimes are 2 different things. And sometimes not sometimes, most of the time it's a mental thing. If you can do it, and if I've seen it, let's keep doing it. And guys, they did a much better job today, just working through and creating lanes, working without the puck. I think he just worked harder all over the ice, and we didn't have just one guy going. And you can't play that way. You got to work as units of 5. So I would say those are some of the things. And but mostly those guys just deciding, hey, we can do this. Let's just go do it.
Ian.
Hey, Dan, for Drew, how would you say he really bounced back today, and just how do you think he got maybe some confidence back after last night?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say bounce back. He had a lot of saves last night. I mean, but for Drew, I know Drew wasn't happy with it either, and that's just the way he competes. But no, he was outstanding right from the get go, and even just sometimes you see a look on a guy's eye, and you can tell that he's ready to go, and right away, he didn't get challenged a lot in the first period. They had a couple of chances, and he was just there, and he was square, and he was just, I like to say he was ahead of the puck all night, like on, cross seam passes. I mean, he was moving, before the pass was going. So no, he was there. He was square. He was really locked in, and, confidence wise for the guys, that's a big thing. Like I said, he makes a couple big saves and kind of makes everybody relax a little bit.
Scott.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, penalty kill was worked a lot today. You guys dominated in the face-off circle. What would you describe the play overall of the kill and bringing Powell back in tonight?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it worked out. We lost Cole there, in the game, so having 7 was nice. And you know what? Powell's he's a good penalty killer. He blocks shots. His anticipation is good. He's got good poise with the puck for a freshman, where goes in the corner, he doesn't panic and just chuck it away. So he does a lot of things. Probably, he's a lot like Jared Rosberg was in terms of secondary block. So no, he does a lot of good things. And we talked to him, Coach Luongo and I don't know, about a month ago, and said, hey, if you're going to hang your hat on something and find your way into some ice time, let's start, be really good at killing penalties. And every time we go through it on the ice, forget the power play. You're not going to get ice in the power. He will at some point when he's here, but, take all the penalty kill time. So that's kind of forced our hand and got him in the lineup a little bit. And, then he made most of his ice time, which he did the last time he got in. So, you know what? Credit for him to be ready and ready to jump in and get some ice here tonight.
Kyle.
So Neil talked about one end of the ice. On the other end of the ice, you cut Ohio State shots in half. So what went well?
Well, you know what? I think, and we didn't talk a lot about the defensive zone, in our meeting this morning, other than, just having some better closes and some help on the backside. But it was just from being up ice and being organized, having 5 guys up and 5 guys coming back, and, not chasing the play so much. We just did a much cleaner job of that. And there's way too much free ice last night, and they took advantage of it, did a good job. And, we don't give up much off the rush very often. And then last night, they had a few goals off of that. So, we kind of take those things personally. But, that probably was it. We were just competing for the puck. And I always say, defense, that starts in the offensive zone, and as soon as we lose that puck, we got to be pressuring and on the right side of pucks. And let's turn that into offense instead of, forecheck more than you back check. And I thought the guys did that. Just made the ice a lot harder to get around on and get into our zone. Our sticks were way better, and just, same reason the whole game was better: passion and intensity.
A couple more. Sam.
Hey, Coach. With Brody Stevens tonight maybe playing one of his best games of the year, picking up a goal and assist, just wondering how you thought he played, and then also Aiden Gallagher picking up his first point as a Spartan.
Yeah, well, Brody's sitting right over here, so I'm not going to say anything nice about him. He's still working. Hopefully, by the end of his senior year, he'll get something accomplished. No, he's one of those blood and guts guys, and block shots and does everything that maybe they don't show up sometimes in the glamorous ways, but great play off the rush, and then what a huge goal at the end. I mean, that's a different game the last 5 minutes with the goal he pulled if he doesn't pop that one in. So no, it's good to see those guys rewarded, and he did a nice job. Put some pucks on the net early last night and really drove a couple of shifts, and we couldn't build on that at all. But that goal was huge, and I love it when guys like that get big goals for us, and that's important. The bench, everybody feels 10 feet tall and bulletproof when Brody's out there skating. So good for him.
Neil.
Yeah, in third period with 12 minutes left or so, you're clinging to a 1-0 lead, and you're playing well, but you just can't get that goal. So what was your feeling? What went through your mind when you saw Brody finally put the puck in the net and obviously gave you some breathing room?
I said, let's get a third one. I don't know. Nothing feels safe. You know what I mean? And we know. But no, it felt good. You know what? Just to get a little bit of breathing room. That was kind of like the game at Penn State where, we had chance. It was a 2-1 game, and, you got to get that next one. And we just couldn't. We had some great rushes. We had some great chances, and we just couldn't get it in. So, we were getting chances. We were playing well, and it was just kind of like, hey, let's, give ourselves a little bit of breathing room. But I like the guys didn't back off after that. We kept forechecking, and they got the goalie pulled and then had a 6-on-4. They got some shots there towards the end. But other than that, I thought we did a nice job in the third period of, continue to push the play, continue to forecheck, and not backing off and just trying to milk a win.